Hi, this is Brian from The Sleeping Elephant. I'm going to review The Glass Cage, Automation and Us by Nicholas Carr. He is the author of The Shallows, What the Internet is Doing to Our Brains. I do recommend that you read that book first before exploring The Glass Cage, because you might get hurt. By the end of this video, you will either be stuck in the glass cage or an individual pursuing freedom. The Glass Cage is about automation and the repercussions of this technology. It makes things easier and is really the Moore's Law to the max, and not harder, faster, stronger from the Daft Punk. It puts us in a prison of a frictionless existence, where we have a paradox of choice, multitude of choices. It's hardcore Western consumerism. We are dealing with overpopulation of the Homo sapiens, and now we have automated robots to do our job, to make it easier. I don't think the robots will turn on against us, just like in Terminator 3. However, it is Rise of the Robots. The people in control and in power of the consumer will be taking advantage of all taxpayers. Automation frees us of time. It produces even more innovations. It's auto-correcting. There's no feedback or friction. More screen time. It makes it an easier way to escape ethical dilemmas, where our ethics and morals are not hard as a rock anymore. Hence the cop-out. There are pluses and minuses of technology, and the pluses are not going to go away, but there is a drawback from all this automation. We have to find a way to live in the present moment, to have the good life of positive interaction instead of the weirdness of interactions that is current right now, but we will be exploring this virtual reality world in an augmented reality. It could become pure fantasy, just like a romance novel. We look at the Luddites, which have always disregarded technology and said they could live without it, just like the Amish. Some people might look at them as backwards, but really what they're doing is they are connected and have a hard sense of independence. Work is good for you. The nature of robots have changed. There is autopilots for pilots now. It keeps things more safe and secure, which is the feminine ideal. Or even building a wall like Trump says. There's automation complacency, which is creating laziness and assumptions. Automation bias, which are choices as it is. Give me one idea so I don't have to think for myself. It's a breach of trust. We are paying attention, but we're paying attention into a smaller focal point, where we are unprepared for the natural shock and increasing laziness. We are ignoring our own senses. There's a tale of the master-slave dynamic. Who is a master and who is a slave? And it will probably reverse course. Just like in Fight Club, where we are a slave to our things, of shit we don't need. Aristotle, the great philosopher, said that tools will be replacing our slaves. Who is a tool and who is a slave? It can release us from the confines of dangerous work. However, if you know Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, he's the author of The Flow, that when we get deep into a difficult problem, such as rock climbing or a piano player, an intense sport where you are fully immersed in the current moment with these challenges, that we experience the flow state, a prolonged engagement, fully aware and alive and not a zombie. Nicholas Carr goes through the healthcare system, how all this automation has created more problems, and the healthcare industry in the United States is very complex. There is some corruption in it and waste. There's inflated claims. They can order extra procedures. There's double orders. It's socialism and waste. The more you order, the more you profit. Who cares? There's clone texting to make things easier. There's not creative words. There is a cover your ass and profit culture. Cha-ching. Also, make sure you check out the checklist manifesto. It is mentioned in this book by Atul Gawande. And with these lists and automations, that we should never ignore our wit, wisdom, and courage. That is actually a quote I highlighted in my video. Check that out. We don't want to be urbanized Marxist drones. This next part, I want to talk about masculinity. And there's this cool quote by the Google founder on Google Glass. Here it is. And this augmented reality is screwing up with people's brains. People are going to be scared of the dark. They're going to be reliant on a well-lit city. Technology is the art of seduction. I mean, what is going to happen when sex robots come with virtual reality technology? What is going to happen to our young men? Are they going to be going outside? Are they going to be completely delusioned and in a state of bliss? What's going to happen when this bliss is gone? And can we automate that, the bliss? There is no stopping automation. We have to be grateful and search for new ways to connect naturally. Or you could just fatten up and enjoy the zombie train of gluttony completely rudderless on your Kentucky raft down the Niagra? Can you do it on your own? Easier isn't better. Harder makes us tougher and stronger. I think Daft Punk has it more right, that you have to pursue more challenges. Resistance can be good, and this tension is good. You don't want to live in a frictionless society. For certain people, it could be degradation of the masculine spirit. You have to break the glass cage and set yourself free. Self-reliance. Do it and experience it. Thanks for listening.